Hello and welcome to episode 570 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, if you're new around here, my name is James Newell. I teach people how to sell for a living. It's what I do. And for me, it comes in two very distinct components. The first one is having a clear sales message. So being able to articulate clearly and simply exactly what it is that you're selling to somebody. And secondly, it's all about having selling confidence, the ability to be relaxed and comfortable and confident in a selling situation. In this episode of the podcast, as I check my notes, we're talking about invisible costs. Invisible costs. And this comes down to when your buyer is choosing between you and an alternative. The alternative might be for them to DIY it, to do it themselves, but they're making a decision about you or another option. Often they can think that a cheaper option is better, but that there are invisible costs that are attached with that. Or conversely, they choose not to take action on something at all. So it's just inaction. They're not going to do it, or they delay it. So not doing it now, but they do it at some point. There are invisible costs there. These are the things where you won't get an invoice for them. So nobody's going to invoice you for lost time, damaged reputation, missing opportunities, things like that. But they do have a cost, and they are there. So it's being aware of these seemingly intangible negative consequences of your actions. So if you delay something, you might miss an opportunity. But if you miss an opportunity for £10,000, for example, it's £10,000 you never had. You don't get an invoice for that £10,000. You don't technically lose it because you're not paying it out. So thus it's kind of okay, and it's not really respected in the way you might think it would be. So what are the invisible costs that your buyer will face? They're generally things like missed opportunity, wasting time, damaging reputation, etc. What are those things? How can we quantify them? So how can we put a value against them, and how can you make sure your buyer's aware of them? Because when they're aware of them, then it's easier for them to make a better buying decision because they're looking at all of the facts. These things aren't hidden from them. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow, in episode 571, the problem with the word click. The problem with the word click, as in click here. We'll explore that in tomorrow's episode. It was an eye-opening one for me, the conversation that led to that episode, so it'd be interesting to see your thoughts on that one. I'll catch you tomorrow then. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the Daily Sales Message.